Hi folks, it's Graham here, and I've been looking to get myself out on another wild camp. I've been looking forward to this wild camp because it's been a little while. I've just had a brilliant holiday with my lovely wife. There's a picture of me pointing at the Cheviots from where I was. But I always think it's nice to get some Northumbrian cold back in your bones when you get home. I did fancy doing a proper wild camp on a summit somewhere, but we're in the middle of Storm Amy and the weather was terrible yesterday, and there seems to be a bit of a lull in the weather now. It's a little bit better, but it's still a bit windy, and I think just for safety and security we decided to camp near a bothy instead. So we're heading for a bothy, which is right at the edge of England. It's only 200 yards from the Scottish border. About 1.5 miles from the bothy is a monument to a murdered gamekeeper. I've never seen it. I'm pretty interested, and we're going to see if we can find it now. We found the monument here. It's just like a simple stone obelisk. All the lichen on top there looks like it's been here a long time. In memory of Thomas Davidson, game watcher, who was murdered on this spot on the 8th day of November 1819. And then it gets a little bit hard to read. I like the monument. I think its roughness and simplicity adds a poignancy to it, and especially in the remote area where it is. It's a little marker of one violent deed in the whole bloody area of these debatable lands. It's the remains of a stone wall down there. The woods are full of places and things that are once so important. There was so much labour and care went into them, and they now just sit by themselves growing moss. This whole area not too long ago was the domain of the Border Reivers, and one of the books I read on holiday was The Reivers by Alistair Moffat. And if you've at all got an interest in the borderlands, Northumberland, Scotland, Cumbria, it's got a fantastic sense of place, really well written. Thoroughly recommend it. And just so there's no mistake about where I came from, I'm wearing the colours of the flag on my head. Once you get into these forests on the borders, there's a fantastic sense of remoteness that I absolutely love. So the skies have opened a bit, and it's raining now, but it's that awkward sort of rain where you don't know whether it's best to stop and get your raincoat on or just plough on and dry out in the bothy. I'm going to make the wrong decision and get soaked, aren't I? Met Office said it wouldn't rain today. So I'm not out by myself. I'm without me two very good friends, Sean P and Silky Nick, and hang on, who's this? The woods have been really dense on the way up here. You couldn't even walk through them. It thins out here at the edge because we're just coming into a nice open area here, where it looks to the right hand side the trees have been cleared, and thank goodness it stopped raining. Looks like there's been a bit of recent storm damage. You can easily walk around this though. The bothy is just in sight now. I can see the roof through those trees at the bottom of the track there, and it's been about, gosh, it must be 8 years since I was here last, and I seem to remember it being clear on the right hand side here, but I just wonder, is this what 8 years does? There's a lot of new growth here in the last 8 years, but here it is. Here's the bothy, Kershopehead Bothy. Brilliant place. Not sure where I'm going to pitch my tent. We know a little bit of the history of Kershopehead. The 1841 census records the first family to live here was the Glendinnings, and the last family was Adam and Janet Steele and their son Billy in the 1936 census. The family kept a pony, some hens, and washing was boiled on a large pan on a peat fire. The peat cut by Adam Steele. Sounds a bit of a hard life. In 1944, during the war years, Adam Steele was first on the scene with a friend at a crash of a nearby Halifax bomber, and he was instrumental in saving the lives of 3 crewmen. But by 1950, Kershopehead was surrounded by trees planted by the Forestry Commission and falling into ruin. In the 1980s, Janet Steele, who was now an old lady, revisited her former house and was said to be dismayed at the state it had fallen into. But it had a future. In the 1990s, the Mountain Bothies Association took over management, refurbished the building, and it's now this proud bothy where we're staying. Starting to rain again, just in time. Let's take a peek in. Stairs straight ahead. Steep stairs. The big stone-lined wooden floored upper room with a little table and an iron bedstead. Well, I guess that could be handy. Fire's probably blocked up upstairs, I think. Yeah. There's a nice little sleeping platform there. In the right hand room is where the stove is. Smash and dowling stove there. And a little box for your tinder. Kitchen area. Wonder if there's any supplies in the box. An onion, a scouring pad, and some macaroni. Do you know what it is? I went out and bought an onion this morning, if only I'd known. I love the way it's got like old farming implements on the walls here. Oh, that door just closed by itself. That'll be a ghost. There's an old wheel there. I don't know what that's from a tedder or an old farm machine. Nick, what do you think?
I don't know. It'd be a cart, wouldn't it? It'd be a cart.
I'll buy that, yeah. It does say Blackstone and Company, Stamford. I'll see if I can find out any information about it. There's the old Bothy book. And this Bothy's got a lovely little annex through here, where, oh blimey, there's a mirror. And a little bookcase. It's got some few files. Mary Russell Mitford, Our Village, illustrated edition. A country cricket match, Our Village. Looks like it's full of short stories, paintings. Nice little book. Herb Gardens. There's a bit of a flower theme going on. Flower beds and bedding plants. And a bit of Christmas tinsel. This fella here looks like he's been left over from Christmas as well. Hello, little Santa. Oh, sorry. Alan Ingham, down from the hills. The shepherd and his flock. It's an absolutely smashing bothy, isn't it? There's no access to that upstairs left room from the inside of the bothy, and the window, well, it's only got half a pane in. I suspect you got bats roosting in there or something. I don't know. I've just noticed a weather vane. It's in the shape of a fox. That's cool. Anyway, I think the best place to pitch my tent is right in front of the bothy, just here. And I'll be careful not to light any fires. Just because of the storm, I'm going to put some extra guys on here tonight. I'm testing some bits of new kit out on this trip, and one of them is this trekking pole 10x10 play. I love the colour. Somebody told me it was Vietnamese tiger stripe camo, but could be, not sure. But I've not had a chance to sleep in it yet. The last time I had it out, the midges were so bad it drove us inside the bothy. So I'm looking forward to sleeping here tonight. It's could be forecast high winds, so I've put some extra guys on the side there, just a couple. And the ground is actually really difficult to get tent pegs in. It's shallow soft earth and then just rocks underneath. So I've got these sort of like titanium nail type pegs, and I've got those in as good as I can. I've had a good look at the tent since it's been pitched, and the materials seem pretty good quality. It's got good stitching. As I said, I do like the colour of it. And it is a sort of single skin hybrid tent though, so you're getting a big vestibule, but it's all just the fly sheet, and the door here is continuous with the fly. It's got a big piece of mesh here though for ventilation, and it's got this sort of 2 or 3 inch wide strip of mesh all around the bottom of the tent as well. It's going to be inevitable that I'll get some condensation in there, so I'm going to try and keep the front of the tent open tonight, and one of the inner doors rolled back as well, get as much breeze in there as possible. The other bit of kit I'm testing as well is these new trail shoes back from Fitville. Were kind enough to send us a pair to try out. After I did St Cuthbert's Way, I haven't worn my Scarpa boots since because the toe box was too narrow and it absolutely destroyed my toes. So what I look for now is a nice wide toe box, and that's what these shoes have got, and they've been really good so far. And they look pretty good as well. Nice wide toe box, champion. I've worn them quite a lot so far, even for just walking the dog and that, and they've been great so far and really comfortable. And one of the better things about them as well is the price is pretty darn reasonable, probably about half of what you'd expect to pay for, you know, similar boots or shoes. I lightened my load on the way here by not carrying any water, so I'm going to have to find some now, but I figured because of Storm Amy all the burns were going to be overflown, so it shouldn't be too hard to find some. Let's have a look down here. Fitville shoes. Oh, there's a bit of water I can hear under here.
With a bit of a drop.
Oh, this is going to be very, very peaty. Well folks, I've got some water and it is clear as a mountain stream. Look at that. It'll taste fine though. Looks like Lucozade.
I was going to say it looks like piss.
And that's been polite. Oh, hi. This is a view of the Bothy from behind, and it's an absolutely fantastic place. It's just really quiet, feels really remote, and we've got orange water. I brought a bigger knife with us than usual, A, because I need to cut my onion for my sausage sandwiches, but B, I knew I'd come to a Bothy and there's probably wood processing to be done, so I wouldn't only bring one this big, but it'll cut my onion, and it's probably 4mm thick on the back end. It's it'll be able to chop some wood as well, and saves us bringing an axe. Very practical. I like it a lot. Last time I was here, I found a riddle, and it was written on a bit of paper wrapped around a crystal and tucked into the chandelier. It was, in a corner I might hang day and night, under cover from heat, in a corner I sleep. I still don't know what it means, but I'm going to see if it's still there. It was 8 years ago, like, it's not going to be there. No, it's not here. The nights are really cutting in now. It's only 6 o'clock, and yet it's only about 40 minutes till the sun sets. All the other lads are stopping in the Bothy behind me. I've got my tent set up for tonight. I've got my Temu pillow, my Expert mat, and my Aegis Max sleeping bag. And I'm going to put a little lantern up there as well, the little eco arc from One Tigress. I think I'm going to be pretty cosy in there, although I have just brought my summer bag and the temperatures are dropping a bit at this time of year, but I've got another bit of kit I want off eBay that I think is going to help me enormously. I've got some British Army surplus cold weather pants and they are a stunning bit of kit. Check these out. Check these bad boys out. They're medium, but they come up half from your chest. Pockets, and they're super warm, and they're fully reversible with zips all the way up and down the leg. Mint. Can you cozy, yeah? Nick's been kind enough to let us have a little sip of his Lafroig whiskey, so I thought I'd just do a quick little review and we'll see what I think of it. I'm getting a robot's lips, a pig's ears, and the last thought to go through a Tyrannosaurus Rex's head when it looked up in the late Cretaceous and saw a 6-mile wide asteroid about to hit the Earth. I mean, that is a funny range of flavours, but I really like it. The sun sets in 10 minutes. The sky's getting much darker, but there's still a beautiful light over those hills over there. I can smell the wood smoke coming from the Bothy. I've got my cosy little tent all set up. Should be a good night. Hello folks, so I've had a good look around the Bothy and I've actually found a little harmonica which I think is going to be very popular with the lads. What do you reckon?
Perfect. Brilliant. Encore.
I have to say that is a lot politer than I thought it was going to be. I've been eating a lot of ration packs lately and they're great, but tonight I thought I'd really treat myself. I've got 2 sausages from the best farm shop in the world, from Moorhouse Farm Shop, and these are gunpowder plot sausages. I don't think they've actually got gunpowder in, but they've got a lot of cracked black pepper, so these are going to be great.
Just jealous, sure.
I've got some brown sauce, the best sauce to put on my sausage sandwiches, and I've got some British Army ration pack chilli sauce as well. I've mentioned this before in my videos, but I bought a box of 300 expired sachets off eBay for a tenner, and I've been in the garage ever since. And unfortunately, me and my lovely wife were being clearing out the garage, and she found this box and she was like, "What the heck have you got this for?" And she wanted to throw them all out, and I'm like, "No, don't throw them out." And now she thinks I'm a hoarder, but this British Army ration pack chilli sauce is great. Those gunpowder plot sausages are absolutely amazing. It's not that long, just a few days ago, I was on holiday with my lovely wife, and well, you know, eating in all these Spanish restaurants, and the food was great. And you know, sometimes at these restaurants, when you're sitting, folk come over and they try to sell you stuff, you know, like a balloon or some flowers or what have you. And on one of the last nights of the holiday, this Spanish fella, he came over and he said, "Look," he said, "I'm not trying to sell anything, but I do tricks, just illusions." And he said, "I can make myself vanish completely on the count of 3." So I was quite intrigued. So I gave him a few euros, and he seemed taken very seriously, and he got himself all prepared and that, and then he said, "Unos, dos," and then he was gone. He disappeared without a trace. Was that any good? I mean, I just only ever wanted to fit in. I wasn't one of the popular kids at school. Wasn't very good at sport. Always last picked for the team, and I just thought if I could be funny, then people might accept me a bit more. And I guess I've got work to do on that. don't know.
Sean, Nick's been passing around his Lefroy whiskey in a hip flask. What do you make of it?
It's awful. It's awful. It's TCP. That's exactly what it is. It's antiseptic with a really expensive label. It's grim.
So what's your favourite whiskey?
Currently attacking Bora from Ad Geffrin. You know, telling the history of Northumbria and made locally and delicious with no hint of peaty, horrible taint.
Well, all the lads are asleep in the bothy now. I'm in my tent. It feels pretty darn cosy. I've got my summer sleeping bag and I've got my British Army cold weather pants on. They're great, by the way. I absolutely love them. I think I'm going to be cosy in here, and it's okay. And I feel a bit tiddly-punked, to be honest. I've had 3 cans of beer and I had a few sips of the hip flask with the other lads, so I think I'm probably going to sleep fine. But good night, folks, and I'll see you shortly in the morning.
The tent did well last night. It was a bit windy, a bit of rain, but surprisingly not a lot of condensation inside. It did canny.
Morning, folks. Bit of a funny night last night. I was pleased with how the tent performed in the wind and the rain. But I'm not sure what time it was, probably about 4 or 5 in the morning. It was still pitch black, and I know this sounds crazy. I kept hearing like snatches of music coming from the forest at various places, and I know it couldn't have been. It was the wind whipping around the bothy, or animal sounds, or trees rustling and stuff. But my brain interpreted it as just music coming from here and there. And I'm not proud of this, but I got sufficiently unnerved that I came into the bothy to sleep for the last couple of hours of the night. While I'm drinking my hot chocolate, I want to thank the folk who have bought me a coffee this month, and there's been a few, and honestly I'm really appreciative of it. I'd like to thank Neil Foster, and I'd like to thank Decker from Derek's Adventures on YouTube. I want to thank Rob Dawson and Kirsty. You know who you are, because I work with you. And I want to thank David Williams at Fellbound, and I really appreciate the coffee. It doesn't normally get spent on coffee. It normally gets spent on camping kit. But it's not just that, it's the comments people leave as well. It's really nice to hear that I'm doing something that people enjoy watching, and just makes me realise that I want to make more, and it's really nice feedback. So honestly, folks, thanks very much. You don't know how much it's appreciated.
So we've just taken all our rubbish away and stripped the bothy out and left a little bit of kindling. Leave no trace applies just as much to a bothy as it does to wild camping. But that was another fantastic little adventure. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and thank you for coming along last night with us. I'll see you on the next one.